Abby, can you guys do a great big old wave from our house to yours? We're excited. And so what we're going to do is go line upon line, precept upon precept, and actually learn the great things and the great strategies that we have implemented. Okay? Next slide, please, Coach Matt.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking a little bit about water. Question is, how safe is chlorinated pool against COVID-19? And can the COVID-19 virus live in water? We've got information here from not only the CDC website, but there's also a scientific, an article with looking at the scientific factors with regards to COVID-19 and chlorinated water. As you could tell from the CDC website, that chlorine is a very powerful disinfectant. And then if you look at the quote, the second quote from Charles Gerba, and he specializes in how viruses survive in water. He said, even the most potent viruses that are even more potent than coronavirus, such as SARS-CoV-2, they cannot survive in chlorinated water, okay? So that's one of the really nice things that we've got going for us. And I'm going to talk a little more about the water, a little more on the next slide.
Yes, next slide, please. Thank you so much. That is so good to hear. With this entire time that we've been away from each other, we have had some exciting updates to TSS. With that, we have the addition and we have the time it afforded us to actually drain all of our pool water. If you can show that slide, please, Coach Matt. We've had the opportunity to drain and clean our facilities, update them, fresh water. And the importance of this is so very vital and very good for us. We're going to explain that to you. Coach Matt, would you please give us some additional information on why it's important?
Yeah, so basically, as you see here, we drain the pool, we clean down all the walls and everything, put in 60,000 gallons of fresh water. Raise your hands, kids. Does this water look really, really clean and really clear to you guys? What do you think of that picture of the water? Looks great, and it is great. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we do as far as chlorinating the pool. There's something called ORP right here, which is a European standard that really kind of tells, I mean, most of the pools in the area, they just will tell you that the pool is 3.0 for parts per million and what the pH is, but we even go beyond that. We've got a unit that actually looks at the ORP, and this is the killing power of the pool. So most of the community pools that you'll be going to this summer, most of them are around 600, around 600. See this number right here, the 866? If it's 600, it's okay. Above 700 is very good. 800 is excellent. So right now we're maintaining at about 866. And we also put enzymes in the pool. So what's really cool is even though it's got this really strong killing power, it feels really good to the skin. So that's something that we started putting in about 4 or 5 months ago. If anybody has any questions about ORP, I can go ahead and drop the link in the chat. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach Matt. That is awesome. Listen, I love a good time and not just a good time, to understand that we're having good times and great water. That's awesome to know that. Speaking of, let's all focus our attention to the next slide, please, about what is the protocol for our exit and our entry into our facilities at TSS at any of our locations. We're going to show you a small slide, or 2 small short clip videos about what it is for our entry and our exit into our facilities. Coach Matt, if you can pull those up for us, please. And thank you, guys. Focus your attention on the screen.
Welcome to Triangle Swim School for our family swim. All of our staff will be wearing clear face masks. We will be lining up families as follows. We will have the green family here, family 2. We will have the blue family here, and there'll be a minimum of 6 people in each family. We'll have a door manager that will go over all the questions. We'll start taking our families in. We'll send the blue family in first to a deck manager.
Oh, I apologize. I'm not sure what happened there. Let me fast forward. So that's how we're going to enter through the front door. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, and we're going to show you how we exit the facility.
Two submerged hot dogs for each family to use. Welcome back. We're going to go back over how we're going to exit the building. If you look over here, our door manager will stay at the front door. And come on down. Okay. The blue family is getting ready to get out of here. The deck manager is going to open the door and leave the door open.
So the main takeaway from this video is at no time are you as a family touching the front door, touching the back door, the exit door as you exit. The other thing that you'll all notice from that video, and that was from our family swim, is that there's no furniture in there. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. What I'm going to do real quickly is I'm going to pull up an actual swim lesson that we just did. It was a private swim lesson, so you can see what a private swim lesson would look like in the pool. As you notice, the instructors got on the face mask. So really, the only point of vulnerability, I mean, the chlorine kills everything in the pool, so the only point of vulnerability is if somebody actually accidentally sneezes or spits. And the great thing is all of our instructors will be wearing these masks, very similar to going to a grocery store when you pay the cashier behind the screen. And then, Tara, are you going to talk a little bit about what we're doing with the temperature, and then we'll go into the next slide?
Yeah, sure. I'm just so excited because we've been spending so much time while you guys have been away from us, updating everything, as you see, about the water. And we just want to make everyone so comfortable during the transition so that you know, when you come in, oh, sorry, my dogs are barking. Just so you know, when you come in, we're going to have, as you saw in the video, we're going to have the doors open. You're going to enter in one door, exit through the back door, so there won't be any cross-contamination, with any of the families. We're going to take a digital thermometer reading from your forehead. If anyone that has a temperature will not be allowed to come. We've got a list of questions to make sure anyone that's coming in is healthy. If anyone answers yes to any of the questions, we'll ask them to reschedule. So no one will have to fear that anyone in the facility is ill in any way. Matt, if you want to go to the next, thank you. Like I said, you'll be able to come straight in without touching anything, get straight in the water. You won't even have to touch the ladders or the handrails. You can sit down, get right into the water. Any germs that are on you that you carry in will be killed in the water, just like Matt said. We are not providing goggles or toys or swim vest, anything like that at this point. So you'll have to bring those from your house. That way we're not cross-contaminating with that either. We do have the bathrooms and the changing rooms off limits as well. So now, if a young child does need to use the restroom and it's an emergency, of course, we're going to accommodate you. And we have staff on hand that are going to go in and sanitize right behind them. So you don't have to worry about that. And we have the wrap and go policy. So you'll come straight in, not touch anything, get in the clean water. Everybody's protected there. You saw when Morgan did the video, you're able to have the distance there, and she's protected, or our instructors are protected by the shield, and so are your children. And then hop out, wrap a towel, and go on your way. We are asking that the parents limit it to one parent per household, per child, or per family, per lesson at this time. it is up to your discretion whether or not you're comfortable coming in or not. We used to say you had to be in the facility, but for this period of time, we're saying if you're more comfortable being in your car, we're fine with that. So you can either sit in your car and let them come in for the lesson, or you can bring your own chair and come in and then take your chair with you and leave the door. So we're just excited that we can provide a safe outlet for you guys so that you can come in and let's just, acclimate back into some normalcy again. So we're just excited.
Also, that's awesome, Coach Tara. Also, I would make a note that we will have rings, but they will already be completely submerged in the waters.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's great. Oh, and one more thing I forgot. We are going to be doing JUMPSTART classes that Debbie is going to be introducing in just a second on the next slide. And during the JUMPSTART session, we're going to do private classes and semi-privates, but only for siblings, figuring that you're already in the house with each other anyway. So no big deal there. But when you do that, make sure that anyone that is under the age of 5 or is not a proficient swimmer, be sure to bring the swim vest with you, because if you don't, we'll have to split it between 15 and 15 minutes. So just make sure that you bring your swim vest with you.
And the swim vest is only required if it's a semi-private. And Debbie's going to talk to you a little bit about the difference between the semi-privates and the privates. And she's also going to address that if you are at a semi-private right now, but it's not a sibling class, she's going to address that also. So Debbie, go ahead and lead us into the JUMPSTART.
Okay, guys, again, we are so excited to get you back in the water. We are starting the phase 2 JUMPSTART classes. We are starting those on Saturday, and that's Saturday, May the 23rd. So that's this Saturday. We're so excited. We have 239 private classes available. We have 98 sibling semi-private classes. If you are currently enrolled in a semi-private class, feel free to sign up for a private class. It is very beneficial. You'll have the whole class by yourself. The price for the private is $160 per session. The semi-private is $92 per session. However, the great thing is they are discounted 25%. So if you sign up for a private class, it would be $30 per class, and you were used to paying $23 for a semi-private, so it's a great deal. Mm-hmm. So, don't be alarmed because if you were enrolled in a semi-private that you can't enroll because you don't have a sibling to enroll with. Sign up for the private class and you're going to get one-on-one instruction for $30 per class. So it's
right.
Great.
So if there's anybody on the call.
So there are 4 classes in the session. The session's going to start May 23rd. It'll go to like June the 16th or June the 18th. If you sign up for a Wednesday 5:30 with Coach Morgan, you'll have the same instructor for each class. You'll go the same time. So there is that consistency that we're still carrying through. Okay. Go to the next screen. Here you'll see Monday through Sunday classes. We also have some daytime Tuesday and Wednesday classes listed. Beside each day of the week, you will see the instructors that are teaching that day. We tried to be consistent. For instance, Coach Kevin was teaching on Wednesday. You'll see Coach Kevin is still here on Wednesday through the JUMPSTART session. Morgan's classes are pretty much the same. Coach Lauren's classes are the same. So again, we tried to keep that consistency throughout. If you want, you do not have to sign up for the same instructor that you have in your regular session. If you want Coach Morgan, by all means, sign up for one of Coach Morgan's classes. Now, this is just for this JUMPSTART session. Once this JUMPSTART session is over, we will go back into phase 3 and you'll go back into your original classes. Matt.
Okay. So basically what we've done, and I'm going to take everybody into the parent portal and show you the classes. What we've done is we've created, we've really got 435 slots for 637 students. So let me go ahead and take you into that, and what the portal looks like. So when you go into the portal, I'm going to do a semi-private and a sibling. So I'm going to do a semi-private and a private. So look for classes, and I'm going to use the filter. So if you click on class category, you could either search by sibling semi-private, and we've got 96 of those. So I think I see at least one family where I think the brother and sister are in the class together. If you're taking semi-private, classes now, but there's a different person that's not a sibling in your class, then you can sign up for a private class, and I'll show you what that looks like. Let's go ahead and take a look at a quick private. Let's go ahead and take a look for a specific instructor. Let's pick who's on the call. Let's do Kayla. We've got Kayla and Kevin, Kayla, Gabby, and who else?
Yes.
All right. So let me go ahead and go into. I'll do Kayla real quick, because Tess, you're going to be also with another instructor. So I'm going to hit Add Filter, and so if we do that, that shows that she teaches on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. So let's actually pick a day. Let's actually look at her Fridays. So then you go to the day of the week. Let's look at Friday. Hit filter, and then if you do it in ascending, it'll go. See, it goes from 4 o'clock all the way to 8 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and sign up for one. So let's look at this one here. So it's got one opening. It's $160. If you do the add to the cart, you pick one student, and this is really cool. You're going to see this now. It says 0 spots remaining. When you add it to it right here. If you've noticed, it's $120. So the great thing about the private lessons, if you're in semi-privates, is you're getting the full 30 minutes for $30. Whereas if you're with another child that was not related to you, it'd be $23 per kid, and you're really only getting 15 minutes of straight instruction. So now you're going to get a full 30 minutes. The other thing is, if you want to you can also just search by day. So I don't know what happened there. Okay. Anyways, I think you all kind of get the gist. We'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay. So in conclusion, really the thing we want to kind of show everyone is that, going in for swimming lessons is probably the safest thing you could do, safest activity you could do for your kids, especially if you want to start getting out of the house. It's actually safer than going to the grocery store. When you go to the grocery store and you grab some oranges or some orange juice, you don't know who's touched that beforehand. So when you're coming into our facility, you're really not touching anything. You're going straight into the pool. We've got the masks on. So it's really probably the safest activity that you can do with your kids. Before we actually go into when we're going to do when we're going to be fully operational, Stephen, let's see if we could get the kids waving. And then, if you're a kid and you're excited about swim lessons, I'm going to mute everybody. If you're a kid and you are really excited about swim lessons, can you all wave your hands?
Hey, let's see all of our families wave back at us. If you guys want to put up a heart, you can. Can you guys make a heart with your hands?
You guys all do a heart?